My grandfather ended up here in about 1919, came through Ellis Island, and there was a depression going on in Italy at the time. So a lot of those people tried to come to America to have a better life. His name was Guido del Frate Sr., and he had two brothers, Giuseppe and Francesco, and then together with his brothers started the Palms Beer Garden in 1933. They got together one day and they were trying to decide what to name it, and I guess they were sitting in a back room where there were some cases on the wall and there was some liquor with a palm tree on it, so they thought, let's call it the Palms Beer Garden and we'll get a couple of palm trees and put it in a patio. And well, they didn't really realize that palm trees don't grow very well in Albuquerque in the winter time, so anyway, the name stuck. The original location was on Rio Grande and Central. And they had a deli liquor and then the Palms Food Market, which was on this property. And that's where they started, and they would sell drinks and food and just anything to try to make a living. Toward the end of the 60s, the chain stores started coming in and they were putting the little guys under a lot of pressure. And so my uncle Angelo was running the store at the time and he didn't really know what to do, but what he had been doing was trading jewelry with the natives from Cañoncito and Santo Domingo for sacks of flour and beans and lard, whatever they needed. Well, the finances got bad, and so there was a guy that lived down the street on 12th Street in Lomas that asked my uncle, hey, let me take some of this jewelry to Arizona. I hear it's selling real well. And my uncle says, well, here's a couple beer flats of jewelry. Go see what you can do. Guy comes back 3 days later with $15,000 in cash. And so my uncle thinks, what the heck are we doing in the grocery business? So they sold the liquor license and they started buying more jewelry, and he would go to Gallup and he would go to Zuni, and they added pottery later and rugs, and that's how that all started. In that time frame, I would help them out in the summer times. My uncle gave me a job and I would come in a few days a week to help them out in the front and learn about it, and I always enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing the artists come in with new things and meeting the people and selling things, and I always kind of had an idea that I'd like to have a small business. Well, somewhere along the line, Bill and Angelo started to kind of butt heads and have different ideas, and made Angelo mad. So he said, to heck with you, I'm gonna sell this place. And the business was really doing good, but my uncle and I were very close friends. He said, God, you want to buy this place? And I'm like, yeah, right. I'm a 27-year-old kid. I can afford to buy palms. And he goes, no, I'll work with you. And a co-worker of mine, Jim Franchini, and I decided that we were going to try to do it. So we met with the Del Frates and we bought the business in 1988. And in 1999, I bought Jimmy out. And so we have the company ourselves now. We bridge the gap between the native world and the collector world. They know that we're gonna be here every day buying and helping them out. And so the collectors know that we're gonna get a brand new infusion of merchandise every week. So we're here kind of in the middle to facilitate that. And it's been a special pleasure. I mean, we've become friends with hundreds of them and helped them and been invited to weddings and baptisms and funerals. And it's just so nice to be included as part of that community, and that tells me that we've been treating people right.
We're in a very unique industry that allows us to cultivate these relationships with the artists. In New Mexico, the Native American culture is so rich, and you get to know the people, and you get to know why they're doing what they're doing and how they learned and all about their family history, and it's a really special thing.
Getting their stories out there, I think, is really, really important because it's a rich culture and just generational things that go on within these communities. You know, stones for polishing pottery are passed down through generations. So some of these potters creating now have stones that their great-great-grandparents used. And it takes a ton of care and a ton of work to craft. And I think it just kind of encompasses everything about what we do.
I think that one thing is that we do something that not very many people can do because we're so unique in that we buy direct, paying a fair price, treating the artists with respect so that they can continue to have pride in their work and they sell it to us. And then on the other hand, sell it for a fair price. If people say, buy at Palms, because those guys have the best prices and one of the best selections there is.
The biggest thing that we sell here that everybody knows us for is going to be jewelry. You know, everybody thinks of turquoise jewelry, but we deal in almost all semi-precious gemstones. We deal in shells, all sorts of stuff like that. We sell pottery. We have Native American artifacts that are handmade out of the Gallup area and out of the Grande area. We sell stuff out of Mexico right now. We have a great group of folks in Matortis, awesome group of potters. Our goal is to get to know the artist and to bring that to the people who don't know the artist. And I think that adds to our trustworthiness. And on top of that, we know what we're buying is authentic. We're an authentic business. We work with the artists day in, day out. We know their struggles, they know our struggles, and there's nothing hidden behind the doors. And I think those are the biggest 2 points of culture you get with Palms Trading Company.
I think Palms is unique because we have remained a family business for so long and stayed within the Albuquerque community for so long. We're very down to earth. We want to help Native American artists. We have established a scholarship fund. It's donation based only, and every year, depending on the amount in the account, we try to give between 1 and up to 4 scholarships to Native American high school seniors. So we're really trying to help these kids get to school and continue their education.
Being part of a family business is just something that gets me excited every day. The fact that it could be my turn to take this business to somewhere else that it's never been, or to take it through a challenge that we've never been through. And the fact that we can continue to say that our family has a legacy, which is a store, that's something really powerful and really special to me.
To have a place I think that I can be proud of, when somebody walks in that door and has a feeling of, this is a great place. This is an old-fashioned trading post with a wood floor and silver dollars, and look at the beautiful native jewelry and pottery and rugs, and it's just a good feeling to get a compliment and to say, hey, I've been coming here since my parents brought me here in the 70s or 80s, and we just love your place. And the pride of having a place that's unique and that people keep coming back to, you just know that they feel comfortable, they know they're longtime customers are going to get a fair price on their merchandise, whether it's a seller or a buyer, and I think that gives me great pleasure.